Dearest gentle viewer, welcome to the world of Bridgerton, an intriguing world where nobles wear diamonds worth more than your house, and gossip spreads faster than wildfire. In the first episode, we are introduced to a few noble families in London, 1813, around which our story will revolve. First, we get a glimpse of the Bridgerton family, and if you have some common sense, I hope you might have already guessed this family will be at the center of everything. Let me introduce you first to the lady of the house, Violet Bridgerton, who is preparing her eldest daughter, Daphne, for her debut for the social season, where the rich young girls and boys go out in fancy parties to find their love. The Bridgerton family has 8 children, yes, 8, and they are named alphabetically, from Anthony to Hyacinth. Bridgerton is one of the wealthiest and most respected families in the ton, and just across the street of their house lives another family, the Featheringtons, who are not so... you'll see. While Lady Bridgerton is preparing one daughter for the social season, Lady Portia Featherington, the mother of Prudence, Philippa, and Penelope, is going to bring all her 3 daughters at once, despite Penelope, the smart, bookish girl, wishing to delay her debut by 1 year like her best friend Eloise Bridgerton. But after all, who cares what a young girl wants for her life? Lady Portia certainly does not. As usual, all the debutantes are brought into the palace to present them in front of Queen Charlotte like livestock. The queen looks unimpressed until Daphne steps in, whom the queen declares the diamond of the season. In simpler words, it means now the young lads will stand in a queue in front of her house to meet her. This is what was supposed to happen. However, there's a hurdle. Her elder brother Anthony, who is the oldest Bridgerton, and in the absence of their late father, he is the ruler, or we can say dictator, of the Bridgerton house. He does all the duty he is required to do as a viscount, and has only one flaw: his love story with an opera singer named Sienna, whom society will never allow him to marry. Well, enough of this dictator. Now let me introduce you to his friend, the Romeo of this story, the Duke of Hastings, Simon. He has come to London to handle his father's affairs, who died not long ago. He has come only for business. However, Lady Danbury, a friend of his late mother, forcefully brings the introverted Duke to a ball, a party in simple words. Daphne also attends the ball, but Anthony refuses her to dance with any man who isn't suitable for her, and, unsurprisingly, he finds all the men unworthy. Daphne doesn't get a dance. However, she accidentally bumps into the Duke, who is trying to avoid all the girls trying to impress him. He thinks that Daphne did it on purpose to start a conversation with him, and Daphne thinks of him as an arrogant dude. Not a very romantic first impression. By the way, the Featheringtons are also there, and now Lady Portia has brought 4 girls to the party, including her niece Marina Thompson, an attractive young girl who is getting more attention, in fact, way more attention than any of her daughters. As the season continues, Anthony keeps scaring away the eligible men from Daphne, except Baron Nigel Burbrook, a creepy man who is stubborn to marry Daphne no matter what. Lady Bridgerton, who was angry with Anthony's behavior, confronts him and asks him to stop acting like a guy who knows everything. When the dictator guy talks about that it's his duty to manage this house, she reminds him of his affair with Sienna, which is anything but honorable for a viscount. Being schooled by his mother, he decides to take his duty more seriously and breaks up with the opera girl. Lady Danbury and Lady Bridgerton, who think Daphne and Simon's duo would look great, plot to bring them together, and they manage to make them interested in each other by sharing a dinner, during which Simon finds the large Bridgerton family loving and cute. At the Featherington house, suitors keep rolling in for Marina, and only for her, which makes Lady Featherington frustrated beyond measure. But Marina, despite becoming the talk of the ton, worries about her bedsheet, which lacks the red color each morning she wakes up. And after a month, Lady Portia confronts her with the possibility of her having a child, to which Marina in fact agrees that it's indeed a possibility, leaving the Featherington house in deep trouble. On the other hand, during another party, Anthony tells Daphne he has matched her with Burbrook, a man whom Daphne would refuse to marry even if he is the last guy on Earth. In anger, she runs away to the garden alone, only for Burbrook to follow her, and he advances toward her, but she knocks the duck out of him with a strong punch. The Duke witnesses it, and a strange idea comes to his mind that he shares with the young girl. He suggests that they together pretend to be courting. Why? Because it will help them both. Daphne, who's hanging with the Duke, will become more desirable to other men, while the mamas would stop approaching Simon with their daughters. Daphne agrees to it, and they re-enter the party and dance together. Their pretend romance works instantly. They capture everyone's attention, including the eyes of the most dangerous observer in the ton, Lady Whistledown. Who is she? No one knows. But she sees everything, hears everything, and writes faster than neighborhood aunties gossiping.